Hello Aries, welcome to your general reading for June 2025. If you just found my channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. So Aries, what does Spirit have for you? Journey. Fragmented energy. Interesting. Puzzle pieces are a theme so far. I've done Pisces and you're the second, but in that reading there was a missing puzzle piece, or there was something being solved, and look at all those puzzle pieces. Are you trying to figure out what fulfills you on a deep level? Indecision. The door to value. Okay, now this can be anything. You know, the elevator scene was what it was, but it feels to me like there is something you want, and there may or may not be a clear path on how to get there. This could be regarding your work. You may be thinking, I'm not doing what fulfills me. I want to do something, you know, more aligned with my path forward. Maybe you want to move. There could be an opportunity that presents itself, and maybe you're weighing, do I do that? And I do feel with this fragmented energy that you're, you know, maybe feeling a little bit, a little scattered. I'm looking at these very tumultuous waters, and they're rising. And she's like, she's almost in a state of surrender, though. Like, I don't know where this is going, but okay, I'm just gonna see what presents itself, and then I'm gonna go where my heart is telling me to go. Okay, so Aries, let's take a look at how this is going to play out. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, to me, this is dissatisfaction. Whatever you're willing to let go, it's maybe not a big sacrifice. Maybe it is. It could be that, you know, there's going to be some financial implications, changes in your money. Yeah, look at that. You've got your eye on the future. Oh my gosh. Wow. 9 of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Magician. I'm going to take them. They came out upright, so I'll take them. Anything else? The 10 of Wands and the World. There you are, the Fool. I almost feel, in a sense, Aries, that there's an energy of duty around what you're up to and what you're doing, what you're planning. Or maybe it's a sense of duty to like wrap something up. Because I'm totally getting, Empress wants to show up. I'm getting here that there is final details. I've got to wrap this up in order to do this. So it could be a bit of a juggling act, and you could be a little bit busy or even overwhelmed by what's going on. All right, let's take a look at what is motivating you. 3 of Wands, the future. 9 of Wands, Knight of Swords, Chariot. I feel like this is kind of breaking out of stagnancy, quite honestly. It feels like you have, you know, almost dutifully, like, you know, held down the fort in some respect, metaphorically, and it's time to go. Like, you're being motivated by something. What is that? Happiness, joy, independence, 9 of Pentacles. So what are you worried about? Making the right choice. You could have options. This could be, you know, you have to make a decision, and it has to be from the heart. Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups. What else? What concerns you about this? I feel like once you make this choice, you don't want to have any regrets. It could also be that you're moving on from something. Look at all the cups. You're moving on from something, and it could be that, whatever decision this is, it's I don't want to say irreversible, but it could have grand implications that once you make it, okay, you've made it, and then you've got to forge ahead on that path. And maybe that's what keeps you a little bit tentative in decision. What is the Nine of Cups? The Hanged Man. The Queen of Pentacles with the Hierophant. Wow. The dutiful energy, the place where you find yourself could be relative to home, family, a long-term commitment. Are you beginning to feel stuck? Are you looking at a connection through a new lens? Are you looking at a person, if you're not connected, as someone you want to invest in? Let's look at the Magician. Somebody has something to say. And they're not. Magician, Four of Swords. I almost feel like this is advice from Spirit. Whatever you want to do, you've got this. You have all the tools. You need to think about it, disconnect, meditate, prayer, whatever, contemplate. If this is someone who is wanting to approach you, it could be. Let's get one more. The Magician and the Four of Swords, the Moon. With the Eight of Swords. I'm getting that water rising energy. Moon is a feminine energy. It is all about emotion. It can instill fear, or represent fear rather. If the situation is something you're kind of toying with, overthinking, or challenged with. There's a fear of the unknown is what I'm kind of getting. So what is the Ten of Wands? Hard work yields success. And I'm looking at this, an abundance. What are you working toward? The Page of Pentacles, Hermit. You might be mastering something. It could be whatever your craft is. It's one of those things where, like I keep thinking of an actor saying, oh, I got turned down for so many roles before I finally got that one that launched my career. Like it's, or a struggling street artist who's like, I finally got recognized and now I'm in a gallery. There's something about mastering your craft. One more, Ten of Wands. Get inspired. What is that? What is that idea? It's either going to hit you, and right now you're like thinking about it. Maybe Spirit is saying, trust that deep intuitive sense that you feel. Trust the messages that you get in meditation. We're helping guide you. You've got this. And this is about being inspired and doing something that you can grow. You've got this. Strength. So the world to me is implying, well, it could be a journey for some of you, not for all of you, but I feel like there's a cycle that is wrapping up, and endings bring about new beginnings. So what is the world? I just saw 1111. Woo. King of Cups, Three of Swords. There is, I feel like, a decision that you make that is either going to affect another, or what is deep inside of you about where you find yourself. Like I'm almost thinking about the elevator attendant. Wait a minute. You know, why have I been in this energy, Three of Swords, when what I feel deep down, right? The deep emotions, the deep emotional, waters rising in my heart can't be ignored. I have to address this. So whatever you do, whatever you say it with the utmost compassion, emotional intelligence. If this is another person on the receiving end of your message, you know, this could be a pivotal conversation. The Two of Pentacles. Now, to me, this is about, and I realize it's not a conversation yet, but it could go one of two ways. Now, you might be dancing around something. Be clear, be very clear. What else? The World, Three of Swords, King of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Wow, Death. Something is done, something is changing and transforming. It could impact family, it could impact a marriage. I feel like this Devil is a tether. So what is it that Spirit is encouraging you to like reach for? I heard your dreams. Okay. I love that. Okay, here we go. Communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. I felt that in my throat. Thank you for that, Spirit. Mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. Some of you, this is part of your own journey. This is part of an awakening or an opening to helping other people. I mean, really, listen to these cards with your intuition. As much as I'm trying to describe it, you have to feel it. Yeah, look at that. Stepping into stillness. And it could be that, you know, Aries, if you feel like you're very overwhelmed, take a break, take some time. And then we have letting go. I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of my life. Let's get one more. What is Spirit encouraging you to do, to consider? Soaring into joy. Childlike wonder fills my life. And, put it over here, believe in magic. True magic is abounding in my life. You may not see that yet. Wow, manifesting dreams. I just wanted to see what was hiding. Exceeding expectations. Six of Wands. Your hard work is going to pay off. Whatever you want, whatever you feel is waiting for you, you're going to do great. I feel like this is just a big leap of faith because there's probably a lot of tentacles into other areas of your life, whether it's financial or it is, you know, family members. Something that is, you know, I don't want to call it a tether, but maybe it's been, well, okay, you know, okay, now they're showing me something else. Okay, it's a movie scene from the bridges of Madison County. And, you know, regardless of your opinion of the movie, it is kind of, it's sweet and it's challenging, but Francesca from Italy lives on a farm with her husband, and that was his dream, not hers. And then this person, Robert, showed up in her life and awakened in her something that had been long asleep. And if you've seen the movie, you know the profound like life review she did like in that weekend. And if you haven't, maybe you watch it. So, a lot of movie themes. Let's get Spirit's advice for you, Aries. If this is, yep, there you go. Do some soul searching. What do you want? What aligns with what you already have in your life if you're trying to weave that together? What is missing emotionally for you? And you really need to think about that. Ooh, unexpected guest. Oh, that could be a surprise for somebody. Okay, Spirit said you didn't talk about that. Okay, bottom of the deck was the card, leave it behind, there's something better. For some of you, you're like bailing on a job because it's just not what you want. For others, it's bigger and deeper than that. Could be relationship based, could be anything. There's a reason to celebrate. Oh, wow. Spirit wanted that to be seen. Leave it behind, there's something better. Okay, Aries. I'm hearing dream big. Okay. Wow. I know that this feels like there's an element of, disappointment from having to move on from something else. It's part of the journey, right? Maybe this is about appreciating where you end up by having thanks or being grateful for where you've come, how far you've come. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next video.